Hi, hi. I've got this problem I've got going on. It has to do with some city officials. I live in the only city, well, only one of only three cities in the whole state that has its own health department. And about Pasadena, yeah, there's only two other cities in the whole state of California that have their own health department, and for good reason too, I guess. Here's what happened. I leased this property out. We fixed it up and all that. We're getting ready for an art show. It's a large property. Well, 1/5 of an acre it sits on. Um, anyway, so we have this big sewage spill. We had a couple little floods before then. They were minor, but we have this big sewage spill and it's pumping out of the walls and everything. And I'm calling the owners and trying to get them to come out. Nothing. I call the city and the city tells me it's between me and the owner. So I called the plumbers and I called everyone else, and I'm told that it's just everywhere. It's really nasty, and so I'm cleaning it up. I'm in an area with apartments and stuff around me. This is a little house, but so I clean this stuff up myself, and during the process of it, I find out that the whole entire underneath of the house is actually a makeshift sump, for sewage, and it's a sump for sewage. It's like a cesspool, just like it. And so what's happening is it's like raising the sewage water up through the walls and creating Penicillium aspergillus, which is like the most deadliest form of fungal mold there is. There's no cure for it, not from medicine. You got to go homeopathic to cure it. But anyway, so I'm working with this and I'm pulling it out. I used to have a cleaning business. I used to do mold remediation a long time ago, so I'm aware of what to do. And so I'm pulling this stuff out, and then there's this long French drain that was made out of the electric service pipes that were put in there like 6 years ago. And so the guy who did it, when they went and signed this thing off, they cut through two
This
and a
is
half feet plus of raw
City
sewage
Council
that had
meeting,
been placed over the entire
June
yard of it.
13th. You can see the thing here. This is yet another person that has had their property seized in illegal actions and taken away from them by the City Council of Pasadena.
Mr. Mayor and council members, sorry about this being back again, but this won't be the last time unless this gets resolved. New council members, welcome to Pasadena Water Dumping on Us Gate. How would you like to be walking down your property on your home, your private sidewalk, and all of a sudden get dead Coble?
Good evening, Mayor Bogart and Councilmember Madison, Councilmember Gordo, Councilmember Robinson, Councilmember Masuda, name Mermel. You're here for Mr. Beck. Jomsky, what's your name? With Ms. Bagneris, C. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Please pass this on to Ms. Benares. Mr. Tornek, Ms. McCaustin is not here, and Mr. Holden. I'm here to read an order from Judge Ernest Robles of the Federal Bankruptcy Court. It's an order to restore debtor Deirdre Duncan to possession of real property at 409 Lola Avenue in Pasadena, California. I encourage you to read it. You should already be aware of it. The court finds that an automatic stay arose upon the filing of debtor's bankruptcy petition on March 9, 2011 that applied to the debtor's possessory interest in real property located at 409 Lola Avenue in Pasadena, California, pursuant to Supreme Court case Butner v. United States, bankruptcy case in Ray Butler. The court finds no cause existed nor exists to annul the automatic stay pursuant to N. Ray Feldstadt and Ray National Environmental Waste Corp. and Ray Schwartz. Although the court finds that there may be cause or is cause to grant prospective relief, the court finds no cause exists to waive the 14-day hold on the relief from stay. The court holds that acts in violation of the automatic stay are void, not merely voidable. The court holds that void acts have no force or effect and cannot be cured or ratified. In Ray Schwartz. I encourage you to read that decision. The court holds that the automatic stay imposes on non-debtor parties, which includes each and every one of you, an affirmative duty of compliance. That's an affirmative duty of compliance, meaning you have a duty to comply. Court orders that all acts in violation of the automatic stay that arose or arise from or were or are related to the debtor's possessory interest in the real property of 409 Lowell Avenue in Pasadena, California were and are void with no legal force nor effect from the period beginning on or after March 9, 2011 until 14 days after entry of this order. Court orders that debtor Deirdre Duncan be immediately restored to possession of the real property located at 409 Lowell Avenue in Pasadena, California, so ordered by Judge Ernest Robles, June 3, 2011.
I don't know what he's talking about. We got the order. I don't see our name on it. Nick, could we ask the city attorney's office to look into this? I assume, maybe the assertion is that non-debtor parties is the entire world, and therefore we have something to do, but I didn't hear what it is we're supposed to do.
There was apparently an eviction, but the city's not the owner of the property, nor is it involved in the action between the debtor and the creditor, so not quite sure what's going on.
You'll take it and look
Yes,
at
I
it?
will.
Thank you.
There's one other public comment card pending.
This is bullshit. The city is the owner. The city owns these properties through another crime group. Groups. There's actually several crime groups. One is run by the Balbaki family, the Kimura family, and the Manzi family. And they take the properties on. The properties are transferred to them for actually as low as nothing, zero money, $9, all the way up to $10,000 in some cases, and is run. But once that happens, then the city collects the money. Everybody splits it and shares it from the insurance frauds. They get people in there and they take advantage of them. None of these properties have any occupancy requirements on them. None of them. There's a $100,000 fine for having multiple no occupancy, and yet they won't enforce it. But they will enforce it on yours if you're a private owner and just a regular person. They will look up your poop chute and they will go after every single thing. You got to have a permit for your garbage disposal, putting a new garbage disposal in, which is ridiculous. But anyway, that's how it works. And these guys are building their own city. And this is how they're doing it. And they're taking over properties one by one, by one, by one. Right now, this second, properties are being taken in Pasadena.
Okay, so I was just told that I could get the stuff, my stuff, that's been sitting there for a little over 2 months, and that I could wash it and disinfect it. I've got these lab reports that say that I've got the most toxic mold in the world over there. They were taken by certified hygienists, certified labs and everything. And that the backyard is full of sewage. Dangerous. It's E. coli, live, and other things. So I asked the guy, the health department guy, I thank him, and I asked him, I say, hey, I don't have water here. What can I do to disinfect this? So he tells me, I can spritz it with and there's no reason the water to be off, but I can spritz it with a little bit of chlorine bleach, right? And I've got art, all my personal clothing, everything is out there. And so I'm supposed to spritz it, and then he tells me to rinse it off with clear water. Well, they haven't given me the water, and tomorrow they're going to come in and for the 4th time try to seize my property, all of it, my vehicles, everything, and seize my stuff because they say the property is vacant. They're circumventing the court. I'm in court right now regarding this house and the possession of it, and Oh yeah, I rented it in November 13th of last year. Yeah, that's when I rented it. But this problem started happening in May. This was a May thing when it started flooding out. Well, no, they all are. What happened was the owner threatened me on the telephone. I've got those things with criminal actions to get me out of the house. What he did was he tricked me into fixing the house up. I did a lot of work in there, and then he arbitrarily. I had an 18-month lease with him. He arbitrarily said, "Hey, you got to get out. We're gonna do these criminal things to you." And what he did do. Go ahead. Okay. Oh no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. The Well, I have none. I have no criminal charges against me. He said he would fabricate them. Well, he threatened me with criminal charges from the fire marshal, from the police department, and several other agencies. Now, what happened with on 7/23 on July 23rd in the morning? This was the day after my girlfriend was going. She lives with me, but she was going to Puerto Rico that night on the 22nd. All right, the landlord knew this. Now, on the 23rd, they came to the property. The landlord came to the property, who I leases from, and then one of the supposed owners. Now, he brought two people with him. When that was an insurance adjuster, and he brought in the attorney for an insurance adjuster that only handles criminal cases for insurance adjusters. So, they're at the property. I'm not there. I wasn't notified. They called the police and told the police that missing persons presumed dead in the property, and that something. And I was the culprit, and that she was buried or hidden in the property somewhere. Now, we had a U-Haul truck that we'd rented 2 days prior. We were there on the property 2 days prior, and the guy on the site that was there talking to the police was there 2 days prior. They gave the police this report. The police broke into our house, rightfully so, and went through the house and everything, went up and down the neighborhood with our pictures, and then once finding out that we were there 2 days earlier, they went up to my girlfriend's place of business in the same city and did the same thing, trying to find the missing persons and stating that they hadn't seen her for 2 months. This is just one of the many things. But I was calling you today because I've been referred to you. The police department, I've given them a lot of information, and they referred me to the Pasadena newspaper and the LA Times. They said they cannot look at their own people on this. They can't look at their own people. Yeah, they can't look. Where the water kind of drains in and just goes boom, but it never dries. And he goes, that's the water table.